Week 2 of college football continues in Kalamazoo as 0-1 Western Michigan welcomes FCS Midwest, a.k.a. Monmouth. The Broncos are looking to bounce back after a brutal trip to Ann Arbor, where they were shut out by then number 14 Michigan 34-0. Western Michigan managed just 134 yards of total offense in the loss, and incredibly only 1 passing yard. There was at least one bright spot as senior running back Jalen Buckley rushed for 107 yards on just 14 carries. Despite the rough opener, the Broncos remain one of the favorites in the MAC, and this is an opportunity to show that last week's performance was an outlier. Mostly cloudy skies, a chance of rain, and a cool 69-degree kickoff set the stage. Western Michigan is home, the Broncos are hungry for a bounce back, and it's time to see what they've got. It's FCS Midwest / Monmouth taking on the Western Michigan Broncos coming up next.
We've got a game in Kalamazoo, Michigan, Waldo Stadium. A high-caliber, high-noon showdown here on EA Sports College Football. It's the Thunderbirds and the Western Michigan Broncos. Reese Davis, David Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with you. Holly rode down on the sidelines, and Holly, a little familiarity in this one.
Well, guys, Coach told me this hostile environment is going to be a big challenge today. He said these kind of matchups are always fun when he's going against a former Nick Saban assistant. As you know, they have a pretty famous text chain of guys who came up under Coach. They have some similarities, but they have some differences. What I do know, it's always a good game when these guys match up. Guys, back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. And the Broncos headed toward the ball, and we are ready for action. He'll start the return inside his 5. He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit. Now the Thunderbirds offense will get first crack at it here. And here comes the junior running back. They want him to take care of the ball, do the dirty work, be good in pass pro, and make plays when he has a chance. They'll run it out of the shotgun. He breaks a tackle. Turning it on. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
And David, we know when you're playing on the road how important it is to try and steal momentum early and quiet the crowd. You gash the defense with a run like that to pick up a big first down, that'll do it. And that's really a tone setter, I think, for this offense. And you're sending a direct message to the opponent. We are going to be physical, and we're going to try to run this thing down your throat.
Yeah, and they got a chance to respond. And the crowd hopefully can get behind them and get back in it. The defense has got to do a better job. We got to stop the run. They got to tackle, get more hats to the football. This will be a challenge. They're going to run the football. They better be man enough to stop it.
And it's the Thunderbirds headed quickly to the line. Jackson will throw. Takes the easy throw in the flat. They didn't get a ton of yardage there, but they're really effective at using the back out of the backfield, and they do it to get the first down here. Tells the run, wants to pass. Oh, pressure's coming. Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
What a great play by the defensive tackle. Look, sacks aren't just for very athletic, long defensive ends. These D tackles, man, they use their strength. They push linemen back in the pocket, collapse it, and come away with the sack.
The Thunderbirds now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Motion from the wideout. The fake and wants to throw. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. On the move. He'll pull it down and run. That slides a little early and short, and now it's going to be 4th down. And it's the Thunderbirds will punt this one away. Gets it away, solid distance, but more importantly, trying to keep it away from that return man. So the Western Michigan Broncos offense will now get its first chance with the football. And we get our first look of the day at Brock Lowry. Everybody wants to make big plays, but he's got to take them when they're available and not force things. They'll send the tight end in motion. The snap wants to start the drive with a pass. Pulls it in. It's Fletcher. Makes a catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Good, strong tackle. Let's see what they have in the bag on 3rd and short from their own 18. Pulls it. Doing it himself again. He stopped just short of his own 20-yard line, but it is enough for the first down. The Broncos come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Out wide left, it's Brooks. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
And the Broncos are flying down the field. Selling the run, but he wants to throw it. Makes the grab. It's Barnett. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Touchdown, Broncos! Rolled his way into the end zone. I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with the touchdown.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with a 58-yard touchdown pass. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So the Thunderbirds offense is out on the field and ready to attack. Tells the play fake, wants to throw on first down. Got his man downfield. Oh, a lot of space. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. And now the Broncos call their first of 3 timeouts. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the give to the back. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Jackson gonna throw it. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up 3rd down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the 2nd down misfire. On 3rd down, he drops the throw. They go to the wide receiver screen. Now looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. The kicker will try to punch one through from 41 yards away. Absolutely perfect. That'll bring him to within 4.
Number 97, set to kick this one away.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Western Michigan ready to get things going right now on offense. Off to a good start here and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. Left side is Parks. He He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Pulls and fires complete to the right. He's down right there. Short gain on the grab. They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 27. He'll get a fresh set of downs, stopped at the 31-yard line. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. They'll send the back in motion. Fresh set of downs going up top. Hauls it in.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. Keeps it himself. Coming through that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. The Broncos back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. To the air, it's Lowry. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be 3rd down.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close, and when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them, and guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. And the Broncos decide to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And the punt hits ground at the 2 and goes into the end zone. He just missed, pinning them right in the shadow of the goalpost. It'll come out to the 20. Crosses the 30. He's got away. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. The Thunderbirds moving quickly to the line.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo.
Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes, only a pickup of a couple. Second down, gonna throw it. It's complete to the right. Makes the grab, but down immediately. He picks up a few. They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. Motion from the back. Shotgun snap on 3rd down. Got his man on the outside. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. We've come to the break. It's Western Michigan on top as we get a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. And it's the Thunderbirds will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. Here comes the Broncos offense to start the drive. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Paul.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Quick give. It's Buckley. He's got a yard out to the 30-yard line. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Dropping back, it's Lowry. Fires to the tight end. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. The Broncos lining up, just needing a few tough inches on 3rd down. Runs through a tackle. And he uses the stiff arm to push his way past the sticks and pick up the first down. And the Broncos will line it up on 1st and 10. Right down the middle. In traffic, it's Parks. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to throw one first. Makes the grab on the left. The Broncos can really attack on this 2nd and short. Oh, what a move. He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, it's Buckley. Oh, he's got some space. And he stopped, brought down at the 18. It'll be enough for the first down. Really nice job to move the ball on the ground like that in the big game, but we will need to check on an injured player. Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Sends it back in motion. Wide receiver going in motion. This quarterback part of their running game. Stopped in his tracks. He got nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10. Tune in to the Ocho. 8th play of the drive coming up. Looking for the edge. He'll keep it again on the option. Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17. They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. To throw, it's Lowry. The defense is there, and a great job to keep him from getting to that first down marker. He's hard to get a handle on. It'll be 4th and short. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. Now up by 7 points here in the 2nd. On the run from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. So the Thunderbirds offense is out on the field and ready to attack. Sees a crease. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. The junior running back slow to get up. We hope this is just momentary. Howie Rowe will keep an eye on everything for us. Back to pass on 2nd down. Turns it upfield. And they knock him down. There was nowhere to go. Defense is swarming. The Thunderbirds want to move quickly. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Trying to escape and get it himself. Quarterback slides, and that is a punch to the gut to any defense to let a quarterback get out and move the sticks there.
And on the 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the first down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. And it's the Thunderbirds are moving quickly down the field.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
That last completion left them with 2nd and 3. Let's see how aggressive they are. There he goes. Doing some serious work on the ground. Out of bounds at the 35 after that big run. Wants to throw it. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there. 2nd and long here. Jackson will throw. They're all over it. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. That was an important stop there as they try to hold them to a field goal on this drive. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good.
Number 97, set to kick it off.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Western Michigan offense ready to go back to work. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, David.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain. Ton of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Out wide left, it's Brooks. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. And the Broncos send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Pulls it in at the 25. They stop him immediately, flying down the field and get to him before he can even get started. Pulled and finds his man on the left. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. The Thunderbirds in the hurry-up.
And a great job by the defense, seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
He's now up to 52 yards rushing in this first half, and he is making quite the impression in the opener.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down, and listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Jackson gonna throw it. Fires it incomplete. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. On play action. Almost had the completion, just missed it. They need a huge play on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Another incompletion on 3rd down. And it's the Thunderbirds line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Searching for space. Slips through the line. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. Snaps it, they'll throw to start the drive. He's going to take a shot. Gets rid of it.
Well, even though that was an incompletion, I wouldn't be surprised if this secondary wants to start playing deeper coverages, because this offense has shown that they're willing to be aggressive. They've got a lot of speed. This defense cannot allow any big plays here in the second half.
The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this 3rd down play. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Unleashes one. Working the middle. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down.
And when you get zone coverage and you're running curls and the wide receiver sprints off the ball, you know what happens? That DB starts to bail, and that wide receiver comes back, and it's easy pitch and catch for the offense.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited. 3rd and long coming up. Wants to keep it in the air. Under pressure. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28. The Broncos come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking downfield, it's Lowry. Right side, it's Parks. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Before they snap the ball on 2nd down, timeout is called. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Wants to go up top on 2nd down. He's going to run it. Remember, down where you start the slide, and he'll be short of the line to gain. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Out wide right, it's Buckley. Touchdown, Broncos! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
This has been an outstanding job by this football team in the middle 8, right? The last 4 minutes of the first half, they score a touchdown, and here in the first 4 minutes of the second half, they score another. They've changed the scoreboard. They've changed the momentum. Their confidence right now is very, very high. But this is one of those areas situationally in the game coaches are always harping on, and they have executed perfectly.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they did tack on the extra point. They marched 58 yards for the touchdown on that one. And the capper, a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. Leaves it in his belly. Sweet cut there. They make the stop, but he's got enough for the first down, and now this offense might have a chance to do something. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. He's going to let one fly down the middle. It's incomplete, and they tried to get one on the board before the break and couldn't quite make the connection. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connors.
Fellas, welcome into our EA Sports Studios here in Orlando, the Week 2 edition of our College Football Update Show. We start with a look at Western Kentucky, taking on the number 4 team, the Georgia Bulldogs. And it's the Hilltoppers, looking for a second win after the opening week loss. So far, so good. They lead this one in the first half. Let's now take a look at some top 25 games around the nation on another wild day of college football. Now over to your game inside Waldo Stadium. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Waldo Stadium.
The Thunderbirds will boot it away to start the second half. Here's the return from inside his 10. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. Starting this third quarter on the ground. Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6. And the Broncos can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Caught in the backfield, it's Fletcher. Makes a catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one. Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. Right side, it's Fletcher. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. Keeps it on the option. Knocked down immediately at the line of scrimmage. Third and long, a lot of ground to cover. Dropping back, it's Lowry. Out wide right, it's Brooks. They stop him right at the 40-yard line. It's fourth down. Will they bring out the punt team? Punt is in the air on fourth down. He'll try to make the catch in traffic. He gets it out to the 17, the cover unit right there to make the stop. So the Thunderbirds offense is out on the field and ready to attack. So they get the ball back after the defense forces a punt, and I'm sure they tried to make some adjustments at halftime after a little bit of a rocky first half. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
And it's the Thunderbirds will hustle to the line.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Gets the back moving. 2nd down to the air. Dumps it off in the flats. He's down right there. Short gain on the grab. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. Got his man. So important to convert these 3rd downs, and they get it done. They'll have it at the 42. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
The Thunderbirds are facing 3rd and inches. Burrowing for yardage. They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the first down. And it's the Thunderbirds come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
And they get another first down. And this offense right now, man, it's just death by 1,000 cuts, right? Like, not a lot of big plays, but they're finding ways to continue to move the football to get first downs. And a lot of times, man, the wear-out factor will come. You run a bunch of plays, and this defense can get tired.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. Powers inside. All they needed was a few inches, and the defense was not having it. The Thunderbirds will line up to punt it away. How about this? It's out of bounds inside the 10, and they're going to mark it right around the 5-yard line. What a great job there. And make fun of kickers saying they don't have to worry about contact, but they do in situations like that. Jackson will throw. Finds his man. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together, putting a drive like this together. Now, let's go pay this thing off and punch it in the end zone.
First and goal and a touchdown here really gives them momentum. They'll send the back in motion. This is a designed run. No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Barrels ahead. Nowhere to run, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage. After getting stuffed, what do they have for an answer here on 3rd and goal from the 2? They'll try to run it in. He'll be stopped short, could not drive his way into the end zone, and now they're faced with 4th and goal. He'll keep it himself. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Thunderbirds!
I think most coaches on 4th and goal from the 1-yard line nowadays, they're going for it. And I like this offense because if I can't get 1 yard, I don't deserve to win. They're physical, lower their pads, and they get the big 4th down conversion.
Now they'll try the 2-point conversion and try to crawl within 3. He'll set up to throw. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands. From inside the 10, here he comes. Brings a return out across the 25, gets a couple of extra yards. He's stopped at the 27-yard line. Off play action on 1st down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down. Off play action. Caught in the backfield, it's Buckley. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Looking to throw, it's Lowry. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force them into a 4th down. The Broncos will send out the punt unit. Not a lot of room to field this one. He got nothing on the return. Outstanding job there. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. And it's the Thunderbirds want to crank the tempo.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
They'll run him again. He's got it out to the 37 after gaining 5. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10.
Great job by the offense, understanding where the sticks are. And look, they got the 1st down, and they're like, all right, let's crank this tempo up now. We got 1st down. Let's go fast.
Dropped immediately. He got nothing on 1st down. Into the 3rd quarter of this opening week of the season, it's now 2nd and 10.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Gets away from 1. And the missed connection on 3rd down. The Thunderbirds will call on their punt team. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Trying to make one miss. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. They'll go to the counter. He'll move it ahead, and a good productive play on the ground. Line getting set on 2nd down. Right back to it. Sees some running room. Breaks into the open. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Western Michigan is on top. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They go back to work with the 1st down in the final period of this one. Motion from the back. On the run, it's Buckley. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Back to pass, it's Lowry. Unleashes it on the run. He's got it. He got a foot down along that left sideline. You know what it takes to make a throw like that. They've got a 1st down here. What a start it's been to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, 4th quarter. Couldn't ask for anything more. Play action on 1st down. Turns up, it's Parks. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Second down, gonna throw it. Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Broncos! He got it back corner of the end zone.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, the lead is a dozen here in the fourth. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished things off with a 21-yard touchdown pass. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So the Thunderbirds offense is out on the field and ready to attack. Time is running short. They've let this game get away from them a little bit. They must get something done here to have a chance to pull it out late. Short gain on the play before he slides. And it's the Thunderbirds come to the line in the hurry-up. Motion from the wide receiver. Nice move there. Turning it on. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. Big play on the catch. It'll be enough to move the change, but there is a man still down on the field. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Working the ground game.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
Handoff again. They pull him down, but he's got enough, and it'll be a first down for this offense. The Thunderbirds are moving quickly down the field. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Nowhere to go. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
Oh, the sweet juke gets him free. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
Man, this defense has to be better. You have to stop the first part of the option, and that is the quarterback, and he gets loose.
Trying to buy a little time, and he cannot, but he does get it back closer to the line of scrimmage.
Nice job by this defense, pinning their ears back, getting to the quarterback, creating the sack. But look at this offense. They're deterred. They're right back on the ball, ready to snap it again.
Timed it perfectly to knock him free and forces the 3rd down. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. Jackson gonna throw it. Look out! That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. The field goal is no good. After the missed field goal, it is still a 12-point game.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Hits inside. It's Buckley. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line. 2nd and long here. Just feeds the running back. Powers through the defender. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. 1st and 10 for the offense. Quick completion to the right. Oh, he's got some space. He makes the stop at the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 15, and they've got it in plus territory. Motion from the wideout. On the run, it's Buckley. You want to talk about light on your feet. Man, can he get through there. He's down to the 37. And now on 2nd down for this offense. The give to the back. Spins away from the defense. He stopped at the 32-yard line. Pick up a 5 on the play, and it'll be a first down. surge to head for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Sets his feet. It's Lowry. Left side, it's Green. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. 3rd and long right here. Sends it back in motion. The handoff. Not going to get there. Not going to get close as he's brought down at the 30. It's 4th down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. He's got it. Showing off that big leg from 47 yards out. Fielded in the end zone. It's Jenkins. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the Thunderbirds offense is out on the field and ready to attack. Rush right in his face. Thought he saw some daylight, but this defense closed quickly. Maybe picked up one on the play.
This is a defense that's going to be aggressive, and they're not going to just sit back and rush 4 guys on that play. They're going to send the blitz. You're getting smaller, faster guys fighting fire with fire. You know this quarterback is athletic, but we've got fast guys too, and that time, that was a great play call defensively.
Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the 1st down. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. They're going to go from their own side to the line quickly. A big play here. Snaps on 4th down. Rush is on. It's incomplete, and the defense makes the stop and gets the football back. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line. Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. Quarterback keep. Got a little grass. Run ends there. Defense calls a timeout. 2:07 remaining on the clock. Interesting strategy here to try to maximize their use of the 2-minute timeout. Right at the line. Just steamrolling the defense. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal. Timeout on the field, 2:03 remaining. The defense trying to manipulate that clock and maximize the time with the 2-minute timeout coming up. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. If they can move that thing 1 yard here, that'll probably wrap this baby up. Tight end now in motion. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. Didn't even get started. He'll be dropped for a loss of 3. They'll run it here on 3rd and goal. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard. And this kicker is turning into old reliable. He's already knocked through a couple today. Right down the boulevard. It's good. And now the lead is extended a little further. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. His drive will open from the 15. Jackson will throw. Finds his tight end. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. And he's just going to spike it. Long way to go on 2nd down. Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the 1st down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. You know, don't run right into a zone defender who's sitting there looking at the quarterback and looking at you. So much creativity with routes now and of being able to just have subtle moves one way, come back the other way. Nice job by the tight end finding that hole in the zone.
Here comes the heat. Forced him to get rid of it on third down. And guys, hold that thought just a second, because here comes the fourth down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Oh, pressure's coming. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. With the game in hand, the offense choosing to just have the quarterback take a knee. A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, you know, methodical, strong. I don't have to do things special every single week. All I'm supposed to do is get the W, and that's what they did.
And this is why practice is so important, guys. You can tell that this team was locked in way back earlier in the week. They watched the film. They got good looks in practice. They knew what to anticipate. They knew what looks they were going to see. And when those looks presented themselves, boy, oh boy, did they ever take advantage.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.
So Western Michigan kind of opens it up in the fourth quarter and ends up winning 30-12 over FCS Midwest / Monmouth. Taking a look at the team stats here, Western Michigan had the edge in first downs, just 21-19. Total offense 380-317. Rushing yards, FCS Midwest actually had the edge, 140-124. Passing yards, Western Michigan, after only getting one passing yard last week, they get 256 this week and edged FCS Midwest in that category, 256-177. Third down conversion percentage, Western Michigan had the edge, 56% to 26%. Neither team had a turnover, and the time of possession battle was won by FCS Midwest just by about 10 minutes, a little over 10 minutes. Looking at the player stats, Brock Lowry from Western Michigan, after an absolutely miserable game last weekend in Ann Arbor against a really good Michigan team. Brock Lowry finishes today 27 of 34 for 256 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. For FCS Midwest, Myrick Jackson III finishes 23 of 38 for 177 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Leading rusher for FCS Midwest was Jeremiah Boss. Actually, it was Donnell Creighton, only 5 carries for 51 yards. He must have gotten hurt. Western Michigan was led by Jalen Buckley, 21 carries for 75 yards for him. Leading receiver for Western Michigan was Balin Brooks, 6 catches for 75 yards, though D'Angelo Fletcher, Jalen Buckley, and Cortland Barnett had the receiving touchdowns. Barnett's was a 58-yarder. Leading receiver for FCS Midwest was Jayshawn Burdett, 8 catches for 46 yards for him. Leading blocker for FCS Midwest was Colby Dorsett with 5 pancakes. For Western Michigan, it was a tie between Gavin Dabo and Jeremy Schleicher, something like that, with 6 pancakes each. Defensive leaders for the Broncos, they were led in total tackles by Dae McCullough with 14. Tackles for loss, it was a tie between Kedrick Burley and Joey Pope, each with 3. Sacks, they were led by Deshaun Robinson with 1.5, and no interceptions for the Broncos. For FCS Midwest, no interceptions, no sacks. Christopher Reichart led the team in tackles for loss with 5, and he also led the team in total tackles with 15. Kicking stats for FCS Midwest, Eric Franks made 2 out of 3 field goals that he attempted with a long of 49. No extra points attempted for Franks. For Western Michigan, Palmer Domschke made all 3 of his field goal attempts with a long of 47. And he was 3 of 3 on extra point attempts. Punting for Western Michigan, Ryan Milmore had 4 punts for an average of 48.5 yards per punt. And for FCS Midwest, Blake McEnroe had 4 punts for an average of 44.5 yards per punt. Kick returns for FCS Midwest, Sam McMoon had 2 returns for an average of 18.5 yards per return, and Shaquille Jenkins had the exact same stats, 2 returns for an average of 18.5 yards per return. For Western Michigan, Cortland Barnett had 3 returns for an average of 17.3 yards per return, and Kyvan Boone Nelson had 1 return for 18 yards. Punt returns for Western Michigan, Cortland Barnett had 2 returns for an average of 25.5 yards per return, And for FCS Midwest, Jimmy Brent had 3 returns for an average of 1.3 yards per return. Looking at the scoring summary, in the first quarter, Western Michigan got on the board first with a 58-yard touchdown pass from Brock Lowry to Cortland Barnett. FCS Midwest then got a 40-yard field goal, so it was 7-3 Western Michigan at the end of 1. The second quarter, Western Michigan gets a 26-yard field goal from Palmer Domschke. FCS Midwest gets a 49-yard field goal from Franks. Then Western Michigan gets a 19-yard touchdown pass from Brock Lowry to Jalen Buckley. And it was 17-6 Western Michigan at half. In the third quarter, FCS Midwest gets a Myrick Jackson III 2-yard touchdown run. They go for 2 and don't get it. So 17-12 going into the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, Western Michigan gets a 21-yard touchdown pass from Lowry to D'Angelo Fletcher, and then a pair of field goals from Domschke, one from 46, one from 22. And that gives you your final score of Western Michigan 30, FCS Midwest / Monmouth 12. So an 18-point victory for the Broncos. They get their first win of 2026 and even their record at 1-1. The headline from the game says home field advantage. The Western Michigan Broncos are now 1-1 after defeating FCS Midwest at Waldo Stadium. The highlighted players were Donnell Creighton for FCS Midwest and Brock Lowry for Western Michigan. Western Michigan, obviously a higher rated team, and there is the Broncos' schedule. They got blanked at number 13 Michigan 34-0 last week. They win this week 30-12 against FCS Midwest, and they go on the road to take on Rice next week. Next game coming your way here in week 2 of 2026 is going to be Navy at Florida Atlantic in an American Conference matchup. We'll see who wins that one. But from Kalamazoo, Michigan, the Western Michigan Broncos defeat the FCS Midwest. Can't remember their mascot, but they're / Monmouth. Final score is 30-12, and we will see you next time.